This is why I am so amped up and I'm so like stoked going into the 2022, and I am obviously embarking on my sort of journey here, and I'm going to be starting my own comic book company that will get announced here very shortly. And book number one, that is. And I see what, and you've seen, we've covered it. I mean, I'm not saying that this is like a relatively new phenomena in itself, but it being as lopsided as it is, and certainly it being as corporate as it is relatively new. Marvel, DC are in bed with the authoritarian left. That's just not an opinion. That is a fact. They are the writers. They are the decision makers. They are complicit in virtually everything that we've covered. I've been covering over years is watching both companies go into a go to hell. Let's say that they're going to shit at minimum. And we've covered in COVIDs. DC has been working with the government, pimping masks and vaccines, right? Showing Batman with a vaccination like a Band-Aid on and shit, Harley Quinn. We covered the other day, they had explicitly stated, Warner and DC Comics, like not in an opinion, right? Not, oh, we got to allude to it. No, that they are specifically working with the Biden administration to basically pimp vaccinations for young folk. You know, like this is where these companies and so many of them, it's not, this is more of my expertise here, but it's happening with other brands as well. The brands that you know and love and you grew up on are fucking dead. They're gone. Okay. They're gone. I hope to have a comment when, we get this shit off the ground. This replaces all of this on y'all's walls as well. Right. And I don't even want you to have to refer to these guys. I said, if you have to, go get back issues. Don't even get trade paperback. Get fucking back issues, right? Old shit that they put no money in their pocket, right? Straight old shit. If you have to do it for nostalgia purposes. But my goal is that you don't even have to refer to this nostalgia purposes. We're going to build this parallel economy and fuck them. Like, let them run their shit into the ground and we're going to move on, okay? We're moving on. But they work with the state, okay? The authoritarian left specifically, and particularly. Another example of this, and this isn't not necessarily just the company itself. This is a person for hire. This is a person essentially contracted to voice, Batman and whatnot. Mark Strauss suggested that the CDC should hire Kevin Conroy to do vaccine advocacy, PSAs in his Batman voice, right? And because Kevin says, hell yeah, we should do it. He says, thanks, Mark. What a great deal, Alfred. And this is what he would say. Alfred, get the CDC on the line. It's time to save Gotham with some vaccine PSAs. First of all, Batman would never say that. That Batman will come up with some shit and fuck himself, by the way, as opposed to trusting what is indeed a provable corrupt institution. But to be fair, he's just a fucking voice actor. He gets his lines. It's not like he knows any goddamn thing about fucking Batman anyway. And I say this as a guy that's been fans of the, a lot of different things. Been fans of the Batman, the animated series and all of that. But the reason why I keep showing these things is because I want you to understand what it is that you're dealing with. Okay? You're dealing with people that do nothing. And the reason why it works so well is because they're stupid, don't get me wrong, but they're smart enough to know how impactful this stuff is. And even if we think, oh, this shit's stupid, somebody else thinks that shit is awesome, okay? And someone else, believe it or not, may be convinced by something that, weird. But that's why the left spent this is the lesson learned for everybody out there, man. Particularly those of you that value liberty like me. The left played the long game, bros. The authoritarian left played the long game. They got your schools, which while you would want the state controlling those anyway, that was your mistake. But hey, don't listen to guys like myself. But they got culture so they could get the future generations. But they got control of culture. And now they have things that a lot of us, be it wherever you're at on the political spectrum, that like this sort of stuff, they could use that to put out whatever nonsense and social preferences and agendas that they want to kind of put out there. That's what they are now, effectively. If you read a modern era Marvel or DC book, for the most part, they're just stepping stones for the social justice authoritarian left. That's it. That's it. Whether it be financially through these broke ass comic pros that are talentless, or through just sheerly agenda purposes where they know, okay, these people like Superman or something like that. So why don't we make John Kent gay? Like, that's the type of stuff they do because they know how valuable it is, because it has some sort of cultural significance. They didn't care about having the ideas on their side. They cared more about using what people knew and loved as a means to funnel their bullshit. That's all that it was. And that's what we continue to see. And this is why the parallel economy thing is something that's going to have to be so important. And people got to start paying attention to that sort of stuff. I don't want to say in a perfect world, because the world, it'll never be perfect and it doesn't have to. But there will, I think, become a time where we go back to that, like in the 90s, right? Where you could just fucking... People got whatever media they wanted to get. Was the makeup white? Was the makeup black? It didn't matter if it was good. People watched everything from fucking Seinfeld to Martin to fucking, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to fucking Living Color. Like all of that, to all of what was coming out that may had exclusive, Married with Children and all of that shit. Nobody gave a fuck that these shows were almost exclusively white or exclusively black. They were just fucking good. Nobody cared. You didn't have to feel good or rather feel bad, more so. You didn't have to feel bad about like digesting something. It was just media, right? Well, that luxury, and I'm sorry I'm getting all these important emails that are coming through. That luxury is now gone, okay? It's gone. That doesn't exist anymore. And when we get away from this sort of sheer authoritarianism bullshit, we can get back to that. But now you have to start being mindful of where your attention and dollar is going. Because, yeah, the left knew that long ago. The other people that had the ideas on their side was like, fuck it, it's just media, so I'll go subsidize people that fucking hate me. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. And I tried to tell y'all, but nobody listened to me for the last 10 years. So whatever, it is what it is. Seriously, though, we got to build, man. We got to build, and not build for the sake of building. Build good things. Build competitive things. Build things that, are of value, that are good, quality, and leave these assholes behind. And just accept and embrace that the brands that you knew and loved growing up, be it on Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, Marvel, DC, He-Man, shit. They've gone brand to brand and they're running them bitches into the ground. Leave them behind. They're so corporate now. Leave it behind. And we build, and we compete with these motherfuckers. So soon, this is not on your wall. You got Rippaverse stuff on your wall. That's what we're working for. Fuck these fucking. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.